I love Singapore. For me, Singapore is number one. Having lived in Italy for 30 years and now to say Singapore is my number one, I think the Italian
that says a
minister will like, hey, Fauzia, what are you saying? Because I studied chain over 15 years now, right? I'm still impressed. I still see Singapore like yesterday. Everything was on point. It's a place I wish I would just sleep and wake up and my residence would be in Singapore.
Meet Casta. She's a Ghanaian politician, a philanthropist, and the founder of a foundation that's quietly transforming lives across the country. But this isn't just another feel-good story. Our conversation took a turn I didn't expect, touching on ideas, comparisons, and truths that aren't often talked about on camera. If you are from Singapore and you've ever wondered what the world sees when they look in your direction, this is one you'll want to hear. Let's get into it. Singapore happens to be one of my favorite countries in the world. So when you said that you had visited there, I was super excited.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was years ago, 2007.
Was that your first time?
Yes.
There? So what was your impression of that?
Look, over 15 years now, right? I'm still impressed. I still see Singapore like yesterday.
Wow.
Everything was on point. Look, from Singapore, I went to Indonesia.
Okay.
And they call a taxi for me. I came out and the car was, and I was like, so I pulled back. I was expecting. The car was like a presidential car. Neat, super. They said, oh, madam, your car is in. My car is in.
And this is Singapore we are talking
Singapore.
about? Wow.
I sat in the car and I felt like I was Queen Elizabeth.
Wow.
May her soul rest in peace. You know, the lobby, the reception, the room, the people, everything was just accurate. It was like I was in heaven. We were just talking by gestures. Like I look into your eyes, I know what you're talking about. You go to a supermarket, there are some things, nobody is there. You pick and put the money there.
Yeah.
Are you getting?
Yeah.
So we need to have, like I was saying earlier on, I think one of the points strongest this Singapore use for them is pragmatic mindset. You cannot eat your cake and have it. You want to be slim, but you sit on the couch and you are eating potatoes, watching movies. You know, you go to work, you start work 8 o'clock in the morning, but you sleep watching movies and be on social media till 4 o'clock. You want the government to do the right thing, but you are not doing the right thing. You're supposed to be at work 8 o'clock, but you won't go to work 8 o'clock. So you are one person and you can't do the right thing, and you want one president to do for everybody.
So what were some of the places, remarkable places or memorable places that you visited in Singapore that you still...
Oh my God, now I can't even remember. The names are so different. And Singapore is not that big.
Yes.
So I love walking.
Okay.
So normally I was not really taking cars. The only time I took taxi was when I was to go to the airport.
Okay.
So sometimes a day I could walk like 2 hours, and I love visiting their parks, their car parks, beautiful supermarkets and other places. So it's been ages. I may have to look in my diary to remember. Green everywhere. So Singapore is a place I wish I would just sleep and wake up and my residence would be in Singapore.
Wow.
Because I'm a little bit like for example, I've been to Switzerland too. I love the way they live, and it's like discipline.
Yes.
For me, discipline. Number one, that we all have to abuse is discipline. When you have the right discipline, all will fall in the right place.
Yes, and that is, one of the outstanding characteristics of the average Singaporean. Very disciplined. You go somewhere and they are in the queue, no one is trying to jump the queue. It's amazing, And I tried last year alone, I was there twice. So it's a place that I love to visit. So that being said, what lessons do you think that Africa as a whole or as a continent can learn from Singapore?
I think that will be number one, economic development strategies. That's it. And like I was telling you earlier on, what works for Tamale North may not work for Tamale South or Accra or Kumasi. So the number one thing that we need to do is, how many people do I have in Tamale North? I'm saying Tamale North just to narrow it in a smaller. How many people do I have in Tamale North? Men, women, children. How many are educated? Who can learn skill job like tailoring, mason, painting, carpentry, tiling? But they should learn it well. Like the finishing should be well. That the Italian embassy can call me, Fauzia, I need tilers, and ready to go. The old age, what can they do? Farming. The women, farming, no education. Then we support them in. So all what I'm trying to say is we should assess the people and guide them based on their knowledge, their strength, their passion. In some areas, people are forced to do jobs simply because they don't have other jobs to do.
Yeah.
Some people are holding degrees, but there's no job. Are you getting where I'm coming from? And another thing, we should minimize partisan, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you can do the job. Let me give you the opportunity.
I've got a lot of listeners from Singapore. So can you speak to the to my Singaporean audience?
Wow, when you said it, my head was just I love Singapore. For me, Singapore is number one. Yes, if I should, for me, with the experience that I had in Singapore, is number one. KTC, respect, love, empathy. That was what I love. Empathy. Like, I was so surprised. I think I missed my road. And before I could turn, somebody was there to guide me.
Okay.
Where are you going? Lucky for me, I have the hotel tag. They will give you even the tag. Okay. So I wish and hope Singapore government or the people can travel, come to Ghana, show us, support us with how they made it to this, because I don't think I'm the only person who is saying there's Singaporeans. So having lived in Italy for 30 years and now to say Singapore is my number one, I think the Italian
that says a
minister will hey Fauzia, what are you saying? Because I study chain them. But let's speak the truth to power. I think Singaporeans should look into Ghana's governance and then development. Sometimes it's not, I don't believe in money. I believe in knowledge.
Okay.
I believe in knowledge. So if they have some plans, projects, and guidance that they can guide us to also be where they are, I'm pleading to them to do that. And I will say you are just bringing my mind to Singapore. I mean, I've not thought of it for some time again, but I think my next trip will be in Singapore, inshallah.
Okay.
So maybe when I'm ready, I will
Get in touch as well. Yeah.
contact you to. Yes.
All right. Okay. So finally, to our Ghanaian audience, do you have any?
I just have 2 words to say because I think I have already touched every corner.
Yeah.
Let's come back to build our moral values. Discipline, respect, empathy, and love. Okay, that's it. With this that I said, you won't go wrong with it.
What inspired you to start Casta Diva Foundation?
A lot of things.
Okay.
I think since I was a kid, I've always had that passion. I was doing strange things, but I didn't know. Like, for example, I was a sports girl, so I don't pay school fees. And yeah, those days when you were, I mean,
Really?
I was one of the best in the area. Let me see, in my Saka Primary, Methodist, Anglican, and some other schools. I was one of the best, let me see. So everybody was pampering me, you know, lecturers, headmasters, I mean, community. So I was not paying school fees.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
everything was free. But
Wow.
my father will give me school fees and I will go and use it to pay for my colleagues that they were having problem. And as then, like at the age of 9, I was already good in trading, like doing business, to selling. Here we call it ate.
Ate.
Yes, you buy some pack of hacks, toffees, chewing gum, and then in the night you put it outside. And then after that, I was selling chewing stick.
Wow.
We used to have Bagombla. I think I go there to get the chewing stick. And then I go to get wagashi.
Which is?
Wagashi is the local cheese. So I always do those things. And you know, funny enough, I was attending Makaranta too. So I used to, after Makaranta, when I have money, I'll go and buy some petty things for my other colleagues. I use my money to buy buta in the Mala University residence in Wake. There was a mosque. Now the mosque is fully built.
Okay.
But before it was just like a 2 course of what they call a block. I'll go and sweep there and use my own money sometimes to buy buta, put money, water inside, put money into supporting petty things. But I didn't know this calling.
Oh.
I will say it's a calling because sometimes I ask myself, why are you doing this? Sometimes somebody will really piss you off. Sometimes you will help somebody and the person will turn back to hurt you so bad. And then you're like, oh, from today I'm done.
I'm not going to do it
I'm
anymore.
not going to do it again. I'm not going to help anybody. 1 second, somebody's at the door. You.
So I want to think that you are just a kind person.
Yes, I think I was born like that. So somewhere 92, when I traveled outside Ghana, I realized that what I was doing was normal.
Oh.
So the first area I was staying is called Santa Lucia in Verona. And there was this church, then it was Don Mario. It's like, they call them the Focolarini. Focolarini is like men who just decide to devote their life to the community.
Oh, okay.
So I think I was just living like 100 meters away. So they see me every morning passing and evening, you know, when I come out to walk in summertime. It was summertime because I got there somewhere January and somewhere April I started meeting them. So they called me into this thing they were doing. Like we sit to take coffee, we help one another. So it was more of foreigners. But the Italians were those taking care of some things. So we help each other. We do things for each other. We visit hospitals. We visit homes like old age children, a lot of things. So I realized that this was something that I love doing. So even my part-time, I always try to do something.
Okay.
Sometimes I became even a musician.
Oh, really? Wow. What kind of music were you into?
No, you see, we do all to just get money together. You know, the European mentality. I can organize an event,
Okay.
get some few money to help.
So was it like busking or what?
No, I was just freestyle.
Oh.
It was just a freestyle, sometimes using the drum. And I have a picture one. I'll share it with you.
Yeah, you need to share.
Yes, I'll share it with you. So it was just to entertain.
Oh.
We have the amazing part of it is every community is having a theater, a park, recreational park. So we were having this theater. So we tried to use it to make some small money.
Okay.
So maybe me together with some other friends, Italians, will put up together. And then we do something to make money to help the needy in the society. So I think from day one. But Italy had empowered me to do it, because when I got there, I saw people doing it.
Okay.
So I grew with them, because then I was 17 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, so I grew with them. My first godmother was Anna Gaiardone, may her soul rest in peace.
And I want to assume she's an Italian.
She's an Italian.
Oh, she was an Italian, sorry.
Yes, she was an Italian. And then Elena, and then, there were more than 4 women, but Anna Gaiardone was the main person. And the son-in-law too was the mayor, the deputy mayor.
Oh, the city, city that you lived in.
Yeah, so I was immediately exposed to important people in the community. So I learned a lot from them. Yes, so little, coming to Ghana, I do things. Somewhere 2011, I registered my first foundation in Ghana. Okay. And I used my grandmother's name, Samata Saba Foundation. Then when I came back, the person I partnered with didn't want to release it easily. So yes, funny. So I just ignored that and then opened another one, and that is Casta Diva Foundation. So Casta Diva Foundation is for women empowerment, girl empowerment, and then widows, orphans, the needy in the society.
Okay, wow.
The destitute.
Okay. So how long has the foundation existed?
4 years now. I think we are in the 5th year. So it was registered in January 2020. And again, after 2 years in Tamale, I joined politics.
Yeah, I was actually about asking you how you found your way into politics, because here you are doing, charity, helping people. So, why the switch from, why did you move into politics?
If you ask me still, I cannot tell you a tangible rationale behind me going into politics, because I used to hate politics. I used to hate politics. Everything about politics, I felt that it was not right. The lies. How can one person and those who voted for you will be poor? I started visiting areas and schools. In the morning, I would go to schools. I would just drive like a mile, 2. Sometimes I would like 1 hour just driving around to see what is happening. So I saw that, why things are like this? And people started, after 1 year, 2 years that I was here, people started like, oh, you can be this, you can be that. And I've always had that spirit of a fighter, as a fighter, like I want to always fight for what is right. Bear in mind, in Italy, I've been in like social activist, social justice fighter, and then advocating for the people, especially for the foreigners coming. I've done some strong, what they call it? I've done some strong fights against the Italian government to do the right thing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. We've done, what they call it? Is it demonstration? I've done one strong demonstration. Verona, everywhere, where was Elif quarter, you know, in Europe, smart and they take it serious. So I realized that people were saying you can do it, and I knew I can do it. I've always have the fighting spirit, so I knew I can do it. But just that, everybody was telling me it's dirty, and I know it's dirty, but I didn't want to dirty my hands. So where do we go? So one day a friend we were just talking like a joke. I told my dad, and I started telling close friends. They were like, oh, wow, you can do it. Little did I know that same people who pull me in, later they will run to their party colors.
Wow.
But I must say I've enjoyed it. I've loved it because I've gotten a different experience altogether, a different ideology. It has widened my face, my eyes to the reality, the facts, and that is how to deal with people. You understand?
Oh, yeah.
So I believe in I teach you how to fish, know how to eat fish.
Okay, so thank you once again for gracing this platform.
MashaAllah.
All right,
Thank you so much. Anytime you need me, please don't hesitate to call.
Absolutely.
Because this is for, I love societal issues. What you are trying to do definitely will impact a lot of people.
Yeah.
We don't need to stop. We need to keep on talking. We don't need to get tired to talk. Even if you talk and nobody listens, continue, again. One day, one person will listen. And from there, we are good to go. So thank you so much for inviting me to your talk.